tier list for y'all boys now. I'm gonna be making a few tier lists. Today, this tier list is for the most disappointing players currently in the NBA. Now, I may have missed some people. If I missed you, your time will come. As of right now, we need to jump straight into the first nigga getting put on the list. No, we're gonna knock the easy ones up first, My dog Alonzo, you know, when he's on the court, my dog isn't actually disappointing. He actually will put a smile on your face. When he was on the Bulls, Pelicans, he turned his shot around. He started knocking down them clutch shots. The reason bro's on this list, that knee. Now, he did come back recently. I did see him in a full sprint. That shit is crazy. I never thought I would see that after what happened with his knee before. But hey, he's back on the court. Therefore, no, I was gonna put him in C tier. My boy, you're in B tier. You missed like a season, probably more than that. You gotta go, bro. Bull has been cooked ever since that happened too. Not gonna hold you. Devin Booker, you know the reason you're on this list, you get your ass spanked by Luca every year. Um, the finals, that L. See, the thing with that finals L, I don't hold that against you. I hold that against another individual that is on this list. And Giannis was playing crazy, so I can't blame you. You were dropping 40 pieces and getting sold by fucking Chris Paul. Gonna put you in the C tier, my boy. You don't deserve it. No. Yeah, C tier. Them Lucas spankings though, bro. That shit is crazy. Every year, bro. Like, come on. Y'all niggas ain't even contending no more, so yeah. See. Next on Chris Paul. Chris Paul, you're going in A tier, my brother. You kind of deserve S tier. Out of sheer respect, you're getting A tier. Where do I start with you, bro? You've been in the league like 20 seasons. You literally just turned 40 years old. You have no championship. You've made one finals and you blew a 2-0 lead. That's pretty disappointing in and of itself. Uh, Lob City Clippers every year, injury, lost. Promising niggas glazing you. Oh, the Clippers are gonna make finals with ass. That's eliminated every year. In Houston, Harden and CP3, which Harden, we're gonna talk about you soon, my boy. You're cooked. Harden actually going band for band with the Warriors. My boy here decides he wants to get a hamstring injury. You want to get a hamstring injury, buddy? We need you in the playoffs. You hurt every year. I mean, hey, I'm all for you know giving people credit when they get hurt. It's not your fault. You can't control when you get hurt, but you get hurt every year, my boy. And the one time you made the finals, you fucking sold. I love you, bro, but you're cooked. You belong in that A tier. Yeah, you're lucky. You're in the S tier. You're lucky you're not S tier. You better not hear you complain either. Next, my dog KD. You're going in the A tier. You're going in the A tier. No, the Suns are. Let's get that out the way. That is the reason why you're on this team. I mean, why you're on this list. Like you're cooked. Devin Booker is more personal for you because that's your franchise. You're the guy, and you being spanked by the same European fat guy, and it's kind of embarrassing. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. But Kevin Durant, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's like everywhere he goes, it's hyped up. It looks good on paper, and it doesn't work out. Now, the main thing people would say is Brooklyn. People will mainly bring up Brooklyn and say that shit was a disappointment. Y'all built that super team and you didn't win a damn thing. You cannot count that against KD. If you actually count that against KD, that just tells me you were not watching at all. Kevin Durant carried that team on his back. On his back. Boy was going band for band with the Celtics. Dolo. And if it wasn't for his foot, his super long fucking foot, we would be having a different conversation. Also, big three Nets. People love to go, oh, the Nets, y'all had all those superstars, y'all could have won. First of all, Kyrie Irving hurt. I believe it was an ankle injury. Yes, ankle injury. James Harden hurt, hamstring injury. So it went from a big three to just him. Who else did he have on his team? Bro had washed Blake Griffin on his team. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and try to say his team was garbage, but come on, bro. His supporting cast was all hurt. He put up a crazy performance. I forget how many points he was dropping. Come on, bro. Jason Tatum dropped 50 points and still barely beat them boys. I think they went to OT. I'm pretty sure they went to OT. Bro, literally, if his toe was like a centimeter shorter, we would be having a different conversation, and you probably wouldn't be on this list, and you would probably still be in a Brooklyn Net uniform. In my opinion, they win the chip that year, but and no one asked me though. So next, uh, Donovan Mitchell, man, you're currently down 0-2 to the Pacers. It's crazy. Donovan Mitchell, man, one of my favorite players, bro. One of my favorite players. Um, I'm sorry. Sorry for you, bro, because you're on the Jazz. Y'all boys kept getting first seeds, first seed, first seed. Get to the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell going crazy. The rest of his team selling him. Consistently every year this happens to this man, and I feel bad. I genuinely feel sorry for him. You can't do nothing but shed a tear for bro. And it's happening to him again. Bro has a second leading scorer, Darius Garland, and the defensive player of the year on his team hurt. And it's just him. Bro dropped 48 to lose. That's tough. That's tough. Now I'm leaving you in B tier because I'm hoping that y'all come back. I'm really hoping y'all come back. But Lord knows. Lord knows. The biggest disappointment of your career, going to Cleveland. Going to Cleveland. Now call me biased. I don't care. You should have went to Miami. Should have went to Miami. So picture this. Bro's in Utah, right? Bro has Dwayne Wade in the front office at Utah. Dwayne Wade in the front office at Utah. You know he's mentoring. You know he's talking to him. You know they chatting it up. Bro is cool with Bam Adebayo. Bro is seen working out, shooting around with Bam in the off season. Bro has connections to Miami. Miami is a tourist attraction. Miami has a winning culture. Miami doesn't get him, and bro's on a trade block. Doesn't even make an attempt to trade for him at all. I love Tyler Hero. I love all them people, but bro, come on, Pat Riley. Which, if you didn't get it already, I am a Heat fan. There will be bias. Cry. Cry about it. Cry about it. The only time I'm going to say I do not care. Donovan Mitchell, you should have been in the Miami Heat uniform. As much as I would love to say, I hope you lose unless you come to us. I truly, you truly is one of my favorite players. I need to see bro in a ring. Unfortunately, if he was to be in the Cavs uniform, so be it. Should have been in a Heat uniform. Paul George, holy shit, my brother. You're cooked. You're cooked. One of my favorite players growing up. Pacers Paul George, OKC Paul George, and even Clippers Paul George for the culture. It's beautiful. Now, people are talking crazy about Clippers Paul George. Clippers Paul George, led them to the conference finals. He kind of put up a playoff run with no Kawhi. With no Kawhi, which we will talk about later. Put up a finals run with no Kawhi. No chip. Bro has like what 5 years with Kawhi Leonard? No chip, no finals appearance. They were the favored. I don't want to say favored. They were picked and glazed to make the finals every year over the Lakers, all this glaze, especially during the bubble. They did not live up to any of that hype. I'm not gonna blame him fully for that because he was there. Like I said, he did make that playoff push with no Kawhi. A lot of that was just injuries, not his fault. Now Philly, I can't vouch for you, bro. You're playing like shit. You're cooked. You're cooked. You're going in A2. You're cooked. Actually cooked. Russell Westbrook. Mr. Westbrook. Where do I put you? I'm putting him in the B tier. Um, as far as recency goes, the Lakers stint was ass. It's pretty bad, dude. Westbrook literally was a meme the entire year. Shit is crazy. But he's having a resurgence in Denver. Hopefully he gets that ring. As of right now, he has no ring. Um, the OKC stint was disappointing. He got no ring. They had KD, all them boys, James Harden on the same team. They could have definitely made a ring happen out of that roster. Didn't happen. That is disappointing. Yeah, I mean, hey, the whole OKC situation is just plain disappointing. I should have mentioned that for KD as well. Same thing for him. Disappointing he didn't get a ring with OKC. But with him, he got his rings though. Whether you respect him or not, that's your problem. There his ring. Next up, Damian Lillard. Jesus Christ, you're going in S tier, my brother. You are the first S tier, my brother. Um, where do I even start? You spent your entire prime on the fucking Trailblazer. Fuck. You spent your entire prime on the Trailblazers. Fuck. You spent your entire prime on the Trailblazers. You didn't win anything. You finally left. You demanded to go to Miami, which you should have. He kind of said, literally said he only wanted to go to Miami. Pat Sleepy Riley decided to make no moves. So, he didn't go there. So not only did he not go where he wanted, which is pretty disappointing, I would say. Bro went to Milwaukee, had a pretty disappointing first year, played pretty bad. I wouldn't want to say pretty bad, but getting used to things. He finally seems to get in the groove. Second year in Milwaukee, tears his Achilles. He's in his high 30s, mid 30s. You hate to see it. His career, or his prime rather, is most likely over. That is a disappointing career for you, Dame. Your only accolade is Rookie of the Year. Now, unlike a lot of people, I don't hold that against you because you are a baller. It's unfortunate though that you were a Trailblazer and not somewhere else who actually wanted to, win a ring. Next, next, going next to your brother. You pretty goaded. Not the Spurs, Toronto. So therefore, I can't say you're disappointing in a whole, as a whole. That's why you're not in the S tier. However, dude, you literally had a knee injury like every season, bro. You tore your ACL, you tore your meniscus, you had knee inflammation that made you miss like 2 seasons damn near. That shit is crazy. You ditched Paul George in the playoffs. You didn't get a ring after that. I mean, it's just disappointing. Just as far as the Clippers stint goes recently, very disappointing. Actually, very, very recently, very, very recently, bro was balling. I'm not gonna lie, he just came back. He's been balling. Got eliminated. Pretty disappointing, considering the way he was playing. The next one, we're gonna go with. It's gonna, we're gonna go with John Morant. John Morant, dude. No, I don't know, man. I want to put you in A, but I feel like I'm being biased and you deserve this. And like I'm I'm gonna put him in A. John Morant. So let's talk about purely basketball for right now. You get hurt every dude. I love them, but you get hurt every year in the playoff. Your team needs you. You're hurt. Just recently, bro took a tumble. Not his fault, but it's unfortunate. You get hurt every year. Last year, same thing. Actually, I don't think y'all made the playoffs last year. The last time you were in the playoffs, got hurt. Every year it happens. Like clockwork. It's ridiculous. Come on, my boy. Get some muscle. Get some muscle on your my boy. We got next up and a straight heavy hitters from here. Next up, we're gonna tell him about my dog Anthony Davis. You're going in the A tier, my brother. You're going in the A tier, my brother. Your injuries have cost the Lakers recently. Uh, Now, you don't deserve to be higher than that. Actually, I'm gonna put him in the B tier. He doesn't deserve B tier. My dog got a ring. Now let's talk about that. We got a ring pretty recently. If you don't count the bubble ring, you're a whiny baby. There's nothing to talk about with you. You sound stupid. Recently he has been getting hurt a lot. When he has been on the court, he's been balling like crazy. You can't deny it. But you gotta stop getting hurt. You got this ring though, so it comes. Zion Williamson, you're going in the S tier, my brother. Jesus Christ. Like, oh my God, where do I start with you? Bro, why are you 300 pounds? I'm pretty sure he slimmed down recently. Props to you for that. Props to you for that. 300 pounds is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You have missed, you have literally missed 258 games. 258 games. That is ridiculous work. Ridiculous work. One of the most hyped players coming into the draft. Them Duke highlights are ridiculous, and you don't play. Like, you literally do not play. You literally just got sidelined the rest of the season this year, and you got blackmailed by a star, dude. That's embarrassing, man. You're hitting the headlines for being fat and getting blackmailed by a porn star instead of your game. That is crazy. You need to tighten up, my brother. Lose some pounds. I know you lost some pounds. Lose some more, bro. Can never be too safe. Next, Ben Simmons. Holy shit. S tier. Do I even need to say it? Jesus Christ. Ben Simmons, you literally are a pussy. You play scared. You cost the Sixers probably a finals appearance or a conference finals appearance. All you had to do is dunk on Trey Young. You didn't do it. Ever since then, your career's been horrible. You tried to sit out and force a trade. Like, I don't know who you thought you were. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. Back surgeries every year. Hurt every year. Doesn't play every year. Finally plays. Can't score the ball. Garbage. You play decent defense for now, but yeah, you used to, bro. You used to be an all-star. What happened to you, dude? What happened? What happened? Just what happened? Joel Embiid, S tier. S tier. What the hell? What the hell? Like, where do I even start? Joel Embiid, I'm gonna just go down a list of your injuries recently that have made you miss the season. And a lot of times it's late season too. So we're gonna talk about first off, knee sprain. It's not that bad. Orbital fracture. You know, when he was wearing a mask when they lost. He tore his thumb ligament. Concussion twice, knee tendonitis another year, torn meniscus another year. So we're gonna total that up to 400 games missed. He's missed 400 games. 400 games. Oh my God, the best ability is availability. 400 games missed is fucking unacceptable, bro. Actually unacceptable. I don't want to hear any excuses for this man. And then there's times whenever you had James Harden, bro, just plays like garbage. Even when he is there, he's either hurt or he sells you. Now, I did look into it. He does have some nice playoff averages, but those elimination games in recent memory, it hasn't been good. You can make the excuse that he's been injured. That is true. He has been injured, but you've been injured a lot way too much, and you won an MVP that you didn't deserve. Argue with the wall. You did not deserve that MVP. Jokic deserved that MVP. If we really want to talk about why he deserved it, so he out rebounded you, he out assisted you, he had a higher field goal percentage, higher 3-point percentage. He had more I want to say more steals per game by a little margin. But just you did not deserve that MVP. That was a sympathy MVP. I really doubt you win another MVP playing like this because you don't play. James Harden, Jesus Christ, dude. That entire Houston tenure, disappointing. Like honestly, really disappointing. You won nothing. You won nothing. And then when it was all over, you guys were back to terms. And you forced your way to the Nets. That went horrible. Then you ended up going, oh my God, I had to literally like run through the teams again of what the hell is going on with you. Just think about where bro's even at right now. I'm drawing a blank. Man, where you go, especially the Sixers, man, you just fold. Like you literally just played like garbage. You went 2 for 8 in elimination. You're terrible, bro. I'm sorry. Playoff wise, you're just not that guy until you show me otherwise. You did have a good year. You almost did it against Golden State with Chris Paul. Chris Paul decided to get her to sell you. That's the 1 year I can vouch for you. The rest, yeah, not looking good for you, my boy. You either get hurt or just play like complete garbage in the playoffs, and it's just it's not good. And then you were for the one like 20 game stretch when that was weird. Fat for like 2 seconds, and then you weren't fat anymore. It was about- These last two were some big heavy hitters. Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, you're going into D tier. Now, why are you going into D tier? Jimmy Butler is not disappointing. Jimmy Butler's surroundings are disappointing. I feel for Jimmy Butler. Pat Riley is an old prune. That man deserves to be whipped. He deserves to be whipped. This man drove, drug an actual garbage team to the finals twice. Now, 2 times he drugged them there. He's putting up historic playoff numbers. Michael Jordan-esque numbers. Michael Jordan-esque numbers with no other All-Stars, no others. Well, nah. Bam was All-Star sometimes. No other superstars. We have 5 years. Not one time did Pat Riley make a solid move to add another piece. We made the finals twice. Once as an eighth seed. He drug an eighth seed to the finals. Pat Riley made no effort to make any improvements. And then he talks crazy to Jimmy. Basically drove him out of town. Now you can say what you want about the way Jimmy left. That can be talked about in its own video. I don't care what you say though, Pat Riley's at fault. Next up, the all father of disappointments, the god of disappointments, Jason fucking Tatum. Jason fucking Tatum. Jesus Christ, dude. You are by far the most disappointing player I have ever encountered. No bias. Yes, bias. I will put this out there now. I severely dislike Jason Tatum. I severely dislike the Celtics. This is no secret. But I was a Jason Tatum fan at one point, believe it or not, because of the way he plays, the way he modeled his game after Kobe. I love Kobe myself. How can I not respect a fellow Kobe enthusiast? We're going to talk about superstars, talking about all-time greats, and you guys want to glaze this dude, and then he goes in the playoffs, bro, randomly plays like garbage. So are we the finals? This man has some catastrophic stats. If you look at his stats, he just flops from being average to being garbage, average garbage, average garbage. If you were watching the 2023 finals, not finals, the 2023 conference finals against Miami, this man, the first half, I kid you not, every single game, the first half, 20 points, glaze, 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 glaze. Second half, garbage, nothing, 5 points maybe. What is that? He did that consistently over and over and over and over and over and over. I've said this once, I'll say it again. That is Jaylen Brown's team. That is Jaylen Brown's team. This dude is actually getting carried by Jalen. And I don't mean that literally because yes, he pulls his weight most of the time, especially regular season. But the finals. So can we talk about this? This was his first game in the finals, so I'll give him a pass. 20% from three, 17% in the finals and from the field. Okay. Next game, 40%. Below average, not that bad. 60% from three, that's not bad. This is what I'm talking about. Average. 66% is really good, but 30 pieces, not good. 40% average. 39%, it's getting down. 30% is decent. 23, the stats are dropping, but not that bad. Not that bad. So then we get a 27 piece. That's pretty nice. Then we get 13. The fuck is that? 25% from three, 30% from the field. That's pretty garbage. 16%, 16 points, 37% from the field. What's going on? 42 from three is pretty good. 27% from the field, bro. Do you see what I mean? 14% from three. We got the next one, 31 points, 42%, 30 from three. Just not bad. Not bad at all. Last game, 15 points, 40% from the field. This is what I'm talking about. So if you're gonna be that guy, like you Celtics glaze artists say he's that guy, this is not the type of shit I want to see. I need to see consistency. This is the opposite of consistency. When I think of Jason Tatum, I think of a quarter because you just flip it and there's just a 50-50 chance you get what you want. That's basically what you're doing. I will never put Jason Tatum on a parlay. That man has consistently disappointed me, and it's ridiculous. Can we? And he disappointed Kobe Bryant. This dude disappointed Kobe Bean Bryant, talking about "I got you tonight," and then proceeded to play like garbage and lose. Disgusting. You disgrace Kobe Bryant. I saw somebody the other day call him the Green Mamba. For shame. For shame. Four lynchings. Disgusting. This is the final list. This is the final list. Some of these are, so hard, not so, set in stone. I feel like Donovan Mitchell, I can drop down to C. Westbrook can stay in B. In general, he's pretty disappointing. Also, injuries are pretty bad. Mainly injuries. These guys are really tenured except for you. John, nah, I would just drop you down because of the injuries not being your fault. You thinking you're NBA young boy is definitely your fault. That shit is crazy. You missed like 60 games for that, bro. You're not a young boy. You're not a young boy. Kawhi, you know, Kawhi, I can't say that you deserve to be an A tier. I mean, off of recency, but as a career, I can drop you down. You said Chris Paul. Chris Paul. Chris Paul, you gonna be too. You deserve it. Sorry, you deserve it, dude. As long you've been losing longer than I've been, dude. That's actually a fact. In like a year or so. Uh, Jimmy, my king, you will stay in the D tier. I hope you get a ring and make Pat look even more stupid. This is the final list. The all-time most disappointing player, not all time. Well, yes, all time, but currently as well as far as this list is concerned. Jason Tatum, you are the top most disappointing player I can think of right now. If I had to bet on either If I had to bet on the world blowing up randomly or Jason Tatum being clutch, I would rather bet on the world blowing up.